According to this, we are clearly behind schedule. This section is wrong. You didn't follow the instructions. And this idea, honestly, it doesn't make sense. Being honest isn't the issue. The issue is how honesty lands. Here's the key part. When someone speaks this directly, the emotion arrives before the idea. And even if they are right, people stop hearing the message and start reacting to the tone. In a professional setting, the way you deliver something matters just as much as what you're delivering. Not because you need to hide the truth, but because you want the other person to actually receive it. Hedging doesn't change the facts. It doesn't distort the message. It doesn't pretend. It simply reduces the impact so the conversation can move forward. It seems we might be a little behind schedule. It appears this section could use a quick revision. There might be a part of the instructions we interpreted differently. And this idea, it could be clearer in a few areas. And if you agree, we could adjust this together. These sentences communicate the exact same information as the direct ones, but the emotional impact is different. Notice the difference. Hedging creates space. It gives the other person room to respond without feeling attacked. Here are the most common hedging structures you'll hear in professional English. It seems, it appears, there might be, it could, it may, I'm not entirely sure, but we might need to. There's a chance that. These structures are useful when you're giving feedback, correcting someone, pointing out a mistake, disagreeing, proposing a change, or when you're not completely certain. Use these today in your next email or meeting. They work instantly. You're wrong. It seems there might be another way to see it. This is not good. It could be improved in some areas. You didn't do it. It appears something might be missing. This won't work. It might need a few adjustments. I don't understand what you were thinking. I'm not entirely sure I follow. Could you walk me through your idea? Hedging helps you keep the message intact while lowering the emotional pressure. It allows you to point out problems without sounding confrontational, to disagree without escalating tension, and to correct something without making the other person defensive. It's a tool for clarity, not avoidance. And once you start using it, your communication becomes smoother, more collaborative, and easier for others to work with. Let's try this in a real situation. Imagine you're about to present this month's sales results, and this month wasn't as strong as the previous one. You need to point out mistakes, explain what went wrong, and still keep the team motivated. This is the perfect moment to use hedging. Why? Because you're delivering information that could easily sound like blame. And when people feel blamed, they stop listening. Here's the direct version. Sales dropped because the team didn't follow the strategy. The numbers are low and the execution wasn't good. Now, here's the hedged version. It seems our sales dipped this month, and it appears we may have moved away from the original strategy. There might be a few areas where the execution could be tighter. If we adjust those points, next month could look much stronger. Same facts, same message, but the emotional impact is completely different. When you're about to say something negative, Pause for half a second and ask yourself, is this going to sound like blame? If the answer is yes, add a softening phrase before the idea. You're not hiding the truth, you're making sure the truth actually lands. When you hedge correctly, people stay open. They don't shut down. They don't get defensive. They stay in problem solving mode instead of survival mode. That's the whole point, keeping the conversation productive. If this helped you communicate more professionally, give the video a like, subscribe, and keep building your skills in the next lesson.